What's up, everybody? It's your boy the Noob. Today I got something special. I've got an unboxing for you. It's something that I've always wanted, and it actually goes with a toy of mine, which you haven't seen, but if you like this one, I will share that toy too. You want to know what we're unboxing? Hold on. This is Trypticon. I'm a big fan of Transformers, and I've loved collecting their toys. I've had Metroplex when they did the 25th or 30th anniversary, I can't remember off the top of my head, but they never did a Trypticon. My brain. They never did a Trypticon until recently, and I had to pick it up, especially since I saw it on discount. It unfortunately was right after Toys R Us closed, so it was cheap, but I haven't opened it. But I've decided that I'm going to do it now, and I'm going to share it with you. Kids, before you open anything, make sure you have an adult who can use one of these. Do not play with a knife if you're not old enough. I always love these books. Stickers. I don't know about you, but something about old school toys with stickers that you had to put on, I loved. I don't know if I'm going to put these on yet, but I love the look of that. And the one thing that has always been a staple in the Transformer toys has always been these collectible cards. Ooh, there's actually two here. They're both Trypticon. They give you an image of Trypticon on the front, but then on the back it gives you stats. I know they used to do this with old G.I. Joes, but I always remembered them with Transformers. And I actually collect those. So I've actually got a buttload that that deal with every Transformer I have. Oh, this is a big box, by the way. In fact, I think this one is almost as big as the Metroplex one. Oh. I don't know about you, but wow. That is a big boy. You always got to be careful with these, because sometimes they put these things at such a weird angle that you may end up damaging your toy. Luckily, I've owned Transformers long enough to where I know how to get around it. Ugh. This is awesome looking. Now, if you don't know about Trypticon, as I said, it is from Transformers. Metroplex is the good guy city base. It was the big giant one, and depending on which version you watched, he was either super smart, like an ancient, or he was really dumb and controlled. Trypticon, depending on which form of Transformers you watched him on, almost always he was a base, and he turned into basically a Transformer Godzilla. But then in other shows he also had different forms. He was a space station, supposedly originally in Cybertron. He has a type of vehicle mode in some. In this version, it looks like we get three versions in this. The Godzilla looking one, which is always a staple, looks like a tank version, and the city. So we got, I'm guessing these are the legs, and this is the main body. This is beautiful just as it is, but I gotta put it together. So I gotta get the instructions out, and I gotta take a little read. Does anyone else like the smell of new instructions, or is that just me? I personally do, because it kind of gives a nostalgic feel to it. Now, this is the other thing I miss about old school Transformers. You always had to fold it out, and it was basically a diagram. I mean, I don't know how well you could see this because it's dark, but there's a lot of steps to transform this thing. And on the back, all those little spots there, that's for the stickers. I'm going to be doing stickers for a while if I decide to do that. By the way, whoever designed this paperwork is a dick. Purple on black is not good. Little wonky to get those arms on, but basically it's like a flight mode. So this is apparently the tank or the flight mode. I think it's flight because it's got wings. Not sure if I got everything sitting on here because it almost feels like this should lie down more. Either way, I'm loving this. There's cannons on here. There's a little car, which, if I remember Trypticon right, that is another Transformer who goes inside of him and controls him. But we'll see. So this is the flight tank mode. And if you don't see this right now, this is huge. I mean, this is a little wider than me. Not including my, actually, including my arms. So that's about 2.5, 3 feet long. And about, say, a foot wide. It's a big toy. This is not your child's toy. I think originally this thing was like $200, but I got it on sale for about $60. So, okay, this is number 1, which I think this is spaceship mode. This is still cool, by the way. So let's try to figure out mode 2. And there you have it. Trypticon in his Godzilla mode. This is... whew, this is big. I mean, you can't tell, but this has got a bit of weight on it. You see it transform. Got the Godzilla-like head. He's got the lasers in the mouth. The really small arms. He's got these missiles back here that he can use. But I'm not going to use them. Knowing my luck, I'd lose them somewhere. I love the detail on the legs. You can actually see in these joints the movement. The tail, it's big, but it supports it all the way. It's not rocking any. It stands perfectly fine. I don't even want to go any further than this, but there's still one more form left, and I gotta check it out. And there she is. This is the base form of it. As you can see, it's got ramps all around it. These actually weren't missiles, they were lasers. You've got little places for Decepticons to stand. This is big. Now I gotta say, this is a lot wider than Metroplex. I have mixed feelings on it because since it's bigger, it's a little more harder to move and to get into certain places. I don't think I'd leave it in city mode much because it is very bulky and I really won't have enough room for this. I'm probably going to stick this back in Godzilla mode, which is its most iconic design when it comes to this. Now, I also told you that there was another Transformer. It's this guy right here. I'm going to transform him, and then we are going to talk a little more about it. But this overall was a pretty good build. And I'm impressed because a lot of the Transformers that have been coming out recently really have been kind of dull and kind of missing what it used to. Alright, so let's check out the transforming of the little guy. So overall, between the transformation of this and this little guy, I've actually enjoyed it. I would not transform him more than the Godzilla form. The city form was not only quite wide and long, I mean, you would need a very large room, but it was also just kind of wobbly. The spaceship or tank mode, the wings didn't seem to sit right. They always seemed like they were a little bent up. I'm not sure if I wasn't doing it right. Like I said, the instructions should have been done in a different color. The little guy I love, and this has come to time of the series where the head would pop off, be a mini transformer, and he can go into the head. The car mode becomes a chest unit. Overall, for the money I spent, I like this. I'm going to be putting this up into my room on my dresser, probably right next to Metroplex, who I've got boxed away. Would you like to see Metroplex brought out and compared to Trypticon here? In fact, I'm probably going to do that sometime next week just because it sounds like fun. Overall, this was very reminiscent to the old school Transformers. The transformations weren't the smoothest. It wasn't trying to fit into a certain criteria, and even though the ages were posted on the box, you required some knowledge to know what to transform in this. I love the detail. It is old school all the way, which is what I like the most. This has got to be one of my most recent favorite Transformer buys. There's a good chance that there's going to be a big mecha battle later on. Godzilla versus a big city. When the city fights back. That's a movie that's waiting to happen. Anyways, did you enjoy this? Have you ever seen this? Have you ever thought about this? Are you a fan of Transformers? Is there any Transformer that you would like to see me maybe buy and unbox? If it's in my price range, I will probably buy it if I don't already have it. There's a couple up here that I have. There's some on my wall over there, and there's a bunch in boxes I have not unboxed yet because I just don't know where to put them because I have cats. Anyways, folks, I'm the Noob. Thank you for joining me, and I don't know about you, but I'm gonna go play with my Godzilla. I'll catch you later. See ya.